Number 6. This is number 8. Man, how did I do that? I don't know. Fuck.
Represents, let's say, cash investments, and you could discern that inside your 401k and your positions.
I don't know how I did that, but I did.
And then I got my income investments. Okay, that one went down in value, but it's generating the income, and I got my growth. If I had it my way, you'd be able to divide your 401k into multiple chunks, just like I had mentioned.
People driving with cell phones, still freaking talking on that. I think, oh. So ridiculous. Not how you drive. Everybody around here is crazy. Speeding, running the red lights on completely inappropriate. Ridiculous.
It comes back down to what was the source of funds to buy the CD? Like, did you sell off some stocks in your growth account and then go lock those losses in and buy a CD? The equivalent? You bought them and moved. We'll do that.
Begin your home ownership journey today. Look no further than Academy Mortgage, your first choice home loan lender. And forget about dealing with brokers and middlemen. With Academy Mortgage, everything happens in-house, from origination to funding. Say goodbye to hassles and surprises. Their team of seasoned professionals will be with you every step of the way. That's academymortgage.com. Academy Mortgage, your first choice home loan lender.
Academy Mortgage Corporation, NMLS 3113, is an equal housing lender.
Apollo Wealth Management has helped me and my team change the way we conduct our advisory business. The result, we believe we are better equipped to provide the highest level of quality financial planning, investment management, and comprehensive financial advice than ever before. Apollo has been instrumental in our efforts to assist clients in achieving their distinctive financial objectives. If you're an advisor seeking to improve your client experience or an investor seeking to elevate your wealth management to a higher personal standard, contact us at The Real Money Pros. That's TheRealMoneyPros.com.
Attention everyone on Medicare.
Whoa. Hey.
What? This is a Medicare annual enrollment ad.
Yeah, but for e-health, we make Medicare easy, not stressful. You can compare plans in the Fresno area from multiple insurance companies side by side.
So it's convenient.
And personal. Compare plans that cover your doctors, your medications, and your budget.
Personal.
Plus, you'll get free unbiased support from e-health licensed insurance agents with no obligation to enroll.
I see it now. Sounds like a helpful guide or...
Your Medicare matchmaker.
Exactly. Okay, here we go. Medicare plans change
Approaching a railroad crossing.
Whether you're residential, whether you're business, make sure that Scott visits your place, and he will tell you about the quadrotherm window package. I cannot wait to get these installed in my place. Whether you have solar or not, so far away from this technology to enhance the quadrotherm window. My shop is offering Turlock finishes now. We're talking about technology that's right beyond me. You're gonna call him on this one. Have Scott tell you more when he comes to your place. These Turlock finishes are rated 80% higher than any other environmental standard for keeping your place warm and cozy. And the Glass Shop is giving you 20% off these Turlock rated finishes. Click theglassshop.com.
News Talk 580 1059 KMJ.
You're listening to The Real Money Pros.
We are back. This is the Real Money Pros. RealMoneyPros.com. Go to the website, sign up for our newsletter, please. I want to see you do well. And yes, I'm a words of affirmation guy. I love it getting an email when somebody sends me a message and says, hey, thanks for the great advice. You know, whatever it is that you applied it. I like seeing things in action. If you're really disgruntled, send it to Jeremiah. That's Jeremiah at the Real Money Pros. Now that hurts my feelings. I'm kidding. No, it does too. Now, Lively is not only a sponsor of the Real Money Pros, but a partner with the Real Money Pros. My HSA, my health savings account, is with Lively. If you've got an employer and they've got it elsewhere, you can talk to your employer about having them set up with Lively. It's the best HSA platform I've seen. And did you know that a health savings account, or HSA, is the most tax-advantaged account in the U.S.? Lively is a top-rated HSA, and they offer a very robust investment options from Charles Schwab, so you can invest the money, do it carefully, get some advice, but visit livelyme.com/PRO today, or contact us at therealmoneypros.com. We'll hook you up. We'll show you how to roll over your HSA with your employer midstream. You can do that anytime you like. Send it to Lively, invest the money wisely, and you'll be happy. Plus, you get the card. That makes it really easy to go pay your copays and all these other things when you actually need the funds out of the HSA. So, Jeremiah, if you became discouraged while you're hunting, or let's go back to switching up your strategy. So you're up there in the hills, you guys don't see any bull elk, so then you say, oh, you know, last week I saw a bunch down in the desert. So you scrap everything, you pull up the wall fence, everything, and you just change your whole strategy goes, now you're down in the desert, and you're probably going to find sheep, but not any elk. But as soon as you leave the hills, you know that the elk are going to show up.
Of course, that's how it works, right?
As soon as you leave the market when it's down, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's why timing the market has not worked out for us. If it has, it's largely due to
There's some luck in there.
A bit of luck, 100%. And I think there is something to be said about luck. You know, like I'd rather be lucky than skilled any day of the week. But
really, I'd rather be skilled than lucky because I've never been lucky. Even trying to just trade stocks like that and just get lucky, I just don't.
But again, when it comes to timing the market, it's really, really hard because when that script it happens fast. And then you got to look at the reasons why you time the market and your justification for it. The likelihood of you seeing that is like time to get back in. The odds are highly against that. And that's why market timing doesn't work. So again, you look at these drawbacks, especially in the market. Let's just use the S&P 500 as an example. And you look at the calendar return. So if you look at the average drop in a year, that average is 14.3%. But if you look at the average annual return, it's been positive 32 out of the past 43 years. So if you go back to 2 years ago, last year, let's go back to 2021. So the market was finished up 27%, but there was some where it was down 5%. Brian, a couple weeks ago, you mentioned like the economy, the market, really even things that bond, things like that, much like we do. And it shows that, yes, these drops, these corrections, these bear market, the souring of investor sentiment, this is all normal, much like an elk hunting, where you may not see one. You got to know that going in. You may not even see an elk, but it doesn't mean that, okay, just because that doesn't mean they're not there.
Could you actually go out and do the else have fun. And I think that that's the answer to that one, which is can you learn to enjoy the process? Because as an investor, you've got a goal. So you know, let's go back to this. Let's say that you're an elk hunter and 34 years out of 40, or is that what you said, 33 years out of 40, you get an elk. That means that you're going to get skunked 7 of those years, but you've got to start to learn the process. And then you start to really enjoy it because, like Nick, he's got his dad there, he's got his kids there. Like an investor, you're living your life. You're still going to dance or football practice with the kids, and you're still enjoying dinner with them, and you're still enjoying the fact that you're in a warm home, and you've got a decent a job, and all these other things are being provided. But you've got the goal, which is someday I want to be able to go on cruises with my spouse, to be able to go to Alaska or whatever it is, because you want to retire. But you can have bad years. That's all there is to it. You're just going to have those times, but are you so discouraged by it? If we could learn a strategy to start to tolerate that and take some of the emotions out of it, the strategy might be you're well equipped, that you designed the trip really well, that you are going to enjoy the process, and you have those expectations, and you understand that, because if you went elk hunting every year for 40 years and never caught any, then you're doing something wrong. Like you're in the wrong place, something's wrong. And so you found a guide, and the guide is going to help you get the best opportunity to be able to do something that is still very elusive. It's elusive to be able to buy Bitcoin at $200 and then see it at 30,000. That's hard because every year has its opportunity. I'm convinced of that. Those people then start feeling left out. Like if you guys came back with 3 gold elk, then I would have felt left out. Felt surprised. Jeremiah, you should have gone this year. We could have, should have.
I know we're driving home elk analogy on all this, but I'm sorry, there's just so many parallels to this. Like what's the matter? Okay, so I went elk hunting, didn't get it. Do you chalk that up as a failure? No, because listen, we knew that there was a part of the game. Like that is a likely outcome that's going to happen. Much like in investing, when you look at the numbers, hey, not surprising to see that we could have a down year in the market. Okay, but then do you just chalk that up as a failure? No, much like an elk. Okay, we're not getting an elk, but that's why you make sure you have a nice warm tent. You bring some tasty food. You have some delicious dinners. You have good company, good camaraderie. So now when I look back on that elk hunt, the things that I learned, the conversations, the good energy, I left that feeling phenomenal. Dude, it was a wonderful experience. The market, okay, it's down. Is that solely what you're going to look at? No. Because you can be smart from a tax standpoint. You can be smart from a rebalancing standpoint. You can lock in Roth conversions, meaning you can do things that are to your advantage that check the box as a win, and you're not solely looking at just the market.
And you're preparing yourself for the big harvest, right? And sometimes you're going to harvest a lot more than you thought, or a little bit less than you thought. But if you can actually do it in a realistic way, so that's the other thing. Jeremiah, I'm convinced I'm never going to be a billionaire. So I don't have the expectations of trying to be a billionaire. Now, yes, I want to have multiple millions, and there's things, but those are realistic. They're attainable. Now, if you guys went out there and said, we're not going to shoot an elk unless we can get 10 elk, well, then now you're setting yourself up for failure, right? And you'll never end up going out there. And the other part of it is, which elk are you going to shoot? Maybe there's a giant one, and then maybe there's something a little bit smaller. You keep chasing the giant one when you had something that the bird in hand was right there. The elk in the bush was right there, and you could have actually went and got that one because you actually set yourself up for it. We talked about the investing strategies. We have something on the realmoneypros.com website, which is our bucket strategy. And the bucket strategy, if you could put that into practice, it's one of the most peaceful things you could do as an investor, because you separate my expectation for growth. This is my expectation for income. This is my expectation for stable value. If you do that, we can take out some of the emotions, which means you don't spend so much time trying to understand what the Fed is doing. 30 years ago, we couldn't even understand what Green's doing and saying. Well, you pulled out a thesaurus, a dictionary to understand irrational exuberance. Like, what did he mean by this? They were cryptic. Now they're much more open. I don't know that the strategy they have right now is any better than the strategy they had 30 years ago, but we're subjected to it. It's kind of like the weather. The weather is there. We're going to have to deal with it. It's going to affect a lot of different things. So the question is right now is, does it really matter? And then you need to apply what it matters into that bucket or that account. And then figure out what you're going to do when things don't turn out like you expected, or they turn out better than you expected. Because, like you said, it's not the price. It's the price. You have the right food, the right clothes, the place of water, but you don't do that.
I don't know.
Have you not heard about a hydro flask? Come on, it also insulates your outside weather. So you can always do something like that. Contact us at therealmoneypost.com. Join the newsletter. It's free to you. We're never going to charge you money for that. We're also going to update you on our thoughts about markets, to give you tax tips and estate planning tips, and explain concepts. Plus, you become more involved on the website. You see all the education, but you do that at therealmoneypost.com. When we come back into the next hour, we're going to talk about specific client cases, things that apply across the board, such as divorce. What do you do in divorce? How do you handle when you're, let's say that you're concerned about you're going to inherit some money, and what happens in the middle of divorce? Who gets it? You have to divide it. We've got that. Plus, investing questions. And I had a client call that I found to be very interesting about when to retire. We'll do it.
Real Money Pros is hosted by Brian Wiley and other team members of Twin City Advisors of Apollo, a DBA of Apollo Wealth Management, an SEC registered investment advisor. Advisory services offered through Apollo Wealth
That's what I was looking at. Yeah.
Or non-advisor professionals participating on this program. Log into the realmoneypros.com to contact the host for advice, educational material, and more. This program is brought to you by the quality software crew within this broadcast.
Did you know the average American couple is forecasted to need over $305,000 in retirement for health care expenses alone? This open enrollment